Welcome back to the show, guys. We're talking all about resolutions and some great tips from Diane from Tops.
Great tips.
But we've got two guys who have even more fantastic tips. The authors of You're Never Too Old to Become Young, Dr. Dave, Dr. Shawn. We've had them on the show before.
Yes.
We've got them back again today to talk about New Year's resolutions. Hi, guys.
Wonderful.
How are
Hi,
ya?
nice to see you.
Welcome back, gentlemen. You really blew me away last time you were here.
Oh my gosh.
They did some yoga poses. Refresh the memory of our guests because it was before the holiday season, so they got to miss us. You did some yoga poses that I've never seen before, and they even altered their organs
He did
while
something
we
with
were
his
watching.
stomach that I have never seen before.
Blow me away.
Tell us about that. It was massaging the
Well,
internal organs.
essentially, it's a massage for the internal organs. What a massage does for the outside of the body, this does for the inside of the body.
You
Kidneys.
guys have all of these great techniques in your book. Talk to us a bit about the new year and getting fit and keeping on those resolutions.
Actually, I had a healing center for 18 years, and every Friday I'd give out a half sheet of information, inspiration for people to take home. That was little quotes and stories. And this one came from a Buddhist monk, and I got this years ago, but it's one of my favorites. And this kind of could be like, for me, I look at this as where I want to be every single day, and hopefully for the new year. And it says, if you can start the day without caffeine, if you can get going without pep pills, if you could always be cheerful, ignoring aches and pains, if you can resist complaining and boring people with your troubles, if you could eat the same food every day and be grateful for it, if you could understand it when your loved ones are too busy to give you any time, if you can overlook it when those take it out on you through no fault of yours, if you can take criticism and blame without resentment, if you can ignore a friend's limited education and never correct them, if you can resist treating a rich friend better than a poor friend, if you can face the world without lies and deceit, if you can conquer tension without the help of medical intervention, if you can relax without the aid of liquor, if you can sleep without the aid of drugs, and if you can honestly say that deep in your heart you have no prejudice against race, creed, color, religion, or politics, then we're almost as good as our dog.
You got me. I didn't think this one coming at all. But words to live by every day. That's really inspiring, not just for the new year.
Well, that's it. I mean, the whole idea is to try to become, a little bit better all the time. One of those. On our birthdays, what we try to do is every year try to be in the best condition we've ever been in prior to the year before. So the same thing goes with the new year.
It might be physical, it might be academically, but always at some level improving.
Now, I want to talk, you've got a very cool gizmo on the table here that's plugged in and doing something to that water there.
Yeah.
Explain it, Doctor.
Well, this glass that I'm touching here has purified water in it. This one has faucet water from the city. This is called a precipitator. It makes visible not only the metals that are in the water, but also the pollution.
I'm so scared.
And you see what's happening. This has been sitting here for about...
There's iron, there's rust, there's things, and what it does, it magnetizes it, pulls it together for the magnet, and eventually, if we leave it long enough, you'll probably see a significant sludge of an inch or two at the bottom.
You've done nothing to this water.
No.
It looked clear at the beginning.
We just took it out of the faucet, and this one we took from...
You're scaring me.
All right, well,
that's actually really shocking.
With the information, we can make better choices. And these are the things we have to, our body is not, it's not a waste center. This is the temple. And so as we treat it like that, our spirit actually increases and we become more fulfilled, happy.
What water do you drink? I want to drink what they're drinking because they look amazing.
Well,
they look
actually,
very healthy.
we do pretty much purified. We also do distilled. Often people say, I don't want distilled because there's no minerals in it. And yet they'll eat it. Fast food restaurant, like they're really concerned about their health, and they are concerned, but they don't know what to do. Here's some hints to help hold on to the resolution, because always people make resolutions. I'm going to take off weight. I'm going to exercise. For the new year, one, have things you have to chew. See, the foods that put on weight easily, you don't have to chew, like ice cream. People don't chew ice cream. People usually don't chew mashed potatoes. The things that you chew, like a carrot, if you take a carrot, cut in carrot sticks, little sticks, celery, little sticks, put them in a Ziploc bag, use them to munch during the day. See, the more you tend to chew of a food, the less you'll tend to eat.
Well, you mentioned celery. That's one of my favorites because you actually lose weight while eating celery because it's just water and you got to burn some calories while you're chewing. These are great tips. We got some more helpful tips when we come back after our break.
We're going to be doing
some
yoga after the break.
Okay.
Well, we're talking to the authors of You're Never Too Old to Become Young. And this is very true, these gentlemen. And I've asked them what kind of water they drink because they just did a little demo for us that frightened me to death.
It's still frightening me. It's still there's more sludge at the top as the moments go by.
We've been testing our drinking water right now. We usually take it out of the tap, and right now you can see the sludge that is developing.
I'm going to put this white piece of paper here so you can get a clearer idea.
So one is tap water, the other is distilled, is that right?
Yeah, this one is tap, and this one is purified. Now,
the electrodes are a little dirty, and that's why you're getting a little thing.
A little bit. It's the residue from a prior experiment.
When we try this, it bonds onto the rods, and it's really hard to clean those rods.
Yeah.
Well, and what you're focused on here is education, right? Is knowing what you're eating, knowing what you're putting into your body, and knowing yourself.
Yeah. What happens is most people would say that the times that they were healthiest in their life, they were probably the most happy. And so that's really the key, is trying to create health. And we have a system that we set up that it has 7 levels that seems to kind of bring people to what we like to call balance, and it happens to be called balance. And so the first thing is biology. Learn a little about your anatomy, learn a little about your body. You know, doctors talk in a foreign language, which is Latin, so it makes us very confused, but the body's it's wonderful to check out, to learn some things about it. The B, the A is alignment. Everything has to be in proper alignment, whether it's through chiropractic, yoga, work on keeping that spine healthy, that spine straight. The L is for the lymphatic system. This is the thing that helps drain the body. So there's importance to do some sort of aerobic activity to get the system going. The other A I'm going to leave for the end, because that's what everything rests on. But then you have the N, which is nutrition. You have the C in balance, which is cleansing. And you have the E, which is exercise. Now, since we've been here, we've been working out at Premier Fitness. And it's been wonderful.
Right in Missasauga.
And I got to tell you, it's
I used to be a member
it's
of
amazing.
Premier
That
Fitness.
place is like a jungle gym. They got swimming, they got weights, they got stretching rooms.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really, you can go in there and just have a good time. Put on that iPod and just go for a couple hours. It doesn't work any type of muscle. Just go in there and move. Movement is important. But so we had BALNCE, but the A is what everything rests on, and that is attitude. Okay? And the way to latitude your attitude is with gratitude. Okay?
Well, you both have amazing attitude, don't they?
You guys really do, and it's interesting that you mentioned, when you're the healthiest, you feel the best, because really, your physical health affects everything. Your mental state, your attitude, your I mean, just everything.
And the people around you.
It definitely does.
One line I got from Shawn, he used to give to his patients is, if you don't take care of your body, where are you going to live?
Right.
It's true, because it is like your home, isn't it? Well, it is your home.
It is your home. That's right. That's right.
And you got to make it look good for guests, right? People coming and stopping by and hanging out with you,
You don't
right?
want an old sloppy, driving around an old sloppy car. You want nice, sports, highly efficient.
Okay,
Shiny.
now I gotta ask you. You guys are gonna be shocked. Don't hit me. I've been smoking, and I'm trying to quit.
Okay.
For those of she's hitting me. For those folks out there who are facing, maybe it's not smoking, but food addictions. What's the way to stop and maintain that?
Major reason people eat after maturity is not nutrition. Just look at how little nutrition there is in the average person's regimen. They're still alive. They may not be in the best of health, but major reason for eating, we found, is emotion. Everyone wants to be loved. Everyone needs to be nurtured. And if we don't receive nurturing from the outside, we start to nurture ourselves. Now, some people do it by buying clothes. Some people do it in a more vengeful way and buy like a new automobile. But most people will do it with food, especially the security foods. What you need to do is change your concept. If you want to eat less, use a smaller fork. Put a forkful in your mouth, put the fork down, put your hands like this, and then start chewing. Don't separate your hands till you finish chewing. Then you pick up the fork.
That's a great
Now,
tip.
as far as smoking, there's acupuncture needles. They're like little tiny needles that can go right into the ear, and when you get a craving, you can push on that needle, and it'll take the craving away.
What do you gotta walk around with the needle?
Well,
in your hand?
it looks like a little piece
very
of tape.
tiny, and it has tape
looks like
on
a
top of
thumbtack,
it.
but like a micro
surgical-
thumbtack.
It's surgical steel.
Yeah.
Looks like the tiny little thumbtack. Has like an adhesive patch, just like a Band-Aid, but it's a little square, and it goes there. And you can leave it. In fact, I did it to someone.
You could also try. You could also try niacin, which is.
The ear is a replicate of the body, so you can treat the entire body from the ear.
One other thing, real quickly. What I used to do with patients, I'd put them on what I called a 30-day training. And I'd create a program for them for 30 days. But the key was this: at the end of 30 days, they can go back to living any lifestyle they wanted, but they would have the experience. And once you have the experience, then you have the information that'll help you grow. But the key was this: if you If you miss one day in 30 days, you have to start the 30 all over again.
Well, there you go.
But
that's a
that's how you
challenge.
test how really strong you are.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a wonderful experience.
How determined you are.
When were you at your fittest, do you think?
You know, I was an athlete when I was younger, and I was always really active. I had a lot of friends. So that's probably when I was at my
How'd you
fittest.
feel?
I felt happy and great. You know, the thing is, I still feel happy and great.
Yeah,
and I
wonderful.
know that a lot of that is because I've changed my mentality and I've changed my act. And now it's not that I don't feel comfortable in my body. So I want to feel more comfortable in my body.
Exactly.
Absolutely. This is our home. Like as David mentioned, you know, we have a spirit inside and it wants to bring forth as much as we can. This is the vehicle that allows us to go through life doing everything we like to do.
Another thing, important to chew. Most people don't chew. Learn to chew eat slowly.
Well, that's the key point. A lot of us don't take the time.
Well, that's the point.
enjoy the food,
People
yeah.
eat because it's time, and then they rush. It's so important. There's an enzyme in the saliva called ptyalin. It initiates the breakdown of carbohydrates. If you don't chew, you won't mix the ptyalin in. Later on, any carbohydrate will not digest properly. Actually, I have this theory on why people don't chew their food. I think it's because they remember hearing as children that too much mastication can cause blindness.
I love you guys. I love having you on
Hey,
the show.
Well, some
Time
people
show.
tend to chew more than others, and they end up wearing glasses.
Yeah.
There
They
you
always
go.
get me. I don't see it coming, and then it just gets me. It's great.
Well, you guys are great. You have so many great tips in the book.
Thanks.
3 quick tips.
Yeah.
3 very quick tips. We got to go here, but
ahead.
for
Quick tips.
resolutions
Yeah.
to stay healthy.
Exercise.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very important. It helps to reduce the stress, you know, and it doesn't matter what you do. Do something you like.
Yeah.
Put on the music that you think is corny, that no one else likes. You got these iPods, use them. Have fun with that. Definitely need to work on nutrition. You know,
Yeah.
try to eat a little bit better. Green seems to really creates balance.
And last tip?
one?
And the last one is be grateful. You know,
grateful.
we live in a wonderful world right now, and there's so much beauty around us. It's easy to get stuck on the minutia that isn't always
Would you like a
positive.
drink?
Oh, goodness.
Happy
Thanks for
holidays,
being with us
guys.
today,
Let's
guys.
throw this out.
Cheers.
Cheers.